Hi everyone, this is another movie for my website on lightningmedia.com. Today I wanted to talk about the subject of being a highly sensitive person. What is that? What is the cause? And what is that in relationship with others, mainly being in a love affair? How does that affect you as a highly sensitive person and what can you do about it? Okay, so what is a highly sensitive person? For me, it was a lifetime of searching what the cause is of my highly sensitivity. And what I found out, I've never read it in any book. It was just a process of going into myself and protect myself more and more to be in the world, in relationship with others, to ground myself, to see if I can work on this being high sensitive and what are aspects that I can't work about but where I have to live with. Okay, so I found out, and that is my work. I work with highly sensitive persons and persons with ADD. It can be any person, but mainly with highly sensitives and with ADD persons. I am also a regression therapist. That means that I go back with my client and my body also goes with the client. I scan the body of my client. I see images of where my client is. So I meet my client and I see images of his past lives where we have to go through. And there can be things that we have to um, unblock. And I have found out in my own regressions and with regressions with my clients that highly sensitiveness can also be the cause in past lives. And unfortunately, mainly things have been done by the church, and it can also be a cause in curses. That sounds like a movie, but movies are mainly based on truth. Um, like in the Middle Ages and way back in the Egyptian and Atlantic times, um, there have been priests and like sects that would curse a person out of jealousy or whatever. But a curse can remains on your soul every life until you release it, unblock it. And the curses were done on the solar plexus. And that is where your power is. That is where you can protect your own energy. So I have met a lot of clients where we go back and I see the solar plexus and it's blocked. And then we go back to where it has happened and we see images of hundreds of thousands of years ago. And that was also with myself. So in the past times, they worked with energy, like they really knew how to work with energy and how to put a curse on someone's soul. And that is where highly sensitive can come from, and that is how I can unblock your high sensitiveness if I go into a healing with you or into a regression with you. And energy starts to flow again. But it is a difficult task. But I think I have successfully um, been training my clients in this and been healing them. Okay, then there's another cause of highly sensitiveness. That is an incarnation shock. What is an incarnation shock? We come from this sphere of light and love and happiness and blister and everything. We come into earth in this body. And the soul gets this shock when you grow up, like people who lie, diseases, war, all these things that we don't know up there. And a lot of highly sensitive persons have an incarnation shock. So an incarnation on Earth shock. And how do you know that if you have that? That is when you feel the urge to be in your house on yourself a lot and that you watch the news or hear stories from friends and you are highly affected by that, like you cannot believe the the violence in the world, and you cannot cope with all these feelings and people who are jealous and angry at you, and you just wish you were, well, sometimes people want to be dead, or sometimes people just wish everything was all blister and happiness. And so they are angry at life that they are born in this world with all these troubles and all these things they don't know. That is an incarnation shock. And when you do have that, you cannot ground on earth because you do not like your life on earth. So your soul cannot ground in your body. And you feel that, like when you have a high breath and you cannot breathe through your belly, or your root chakra is blocked, then you know that you cannot ground. And what you do, what exercises you do, whatever breathing, it doesn't work. Well, then we have to go with your soul to the time that you decided to incarnate on earth and what your lessons are. Why are you here? So that you know the reason why you are incarnated and you cannot be angry anymore at earth and life. And if we do see that and we can unblock your root chakra, then also the energy flows and you are not that highly sensitive anymore. You can ground. Third reason of being a highly sensitive person is the youth. When you are born into a family with like a mother who has borderline, or you are raped, sexually abused, a lot of tensions lying in your family, or on school, what your soul does is also getting out of your body, leaving earth again. So that is not an incarnation shock, but that is just a shock of what is going on. And a child who sees lies or abuse chooses, the first thing he does is to go out of the body, leave earth, so you cannot feel. You cannot feel what's going on. So that is a surviving technique. And it's logical to do this as a child. It's to protect yourself. But what you do is, so your protection field of your aura, and when you ground and are in your body, it's stronger. But when you leave your body and earth out of uh, you know out of protection for yourself to not feel, your protection field on earth is getting weaker and weaker. So the energies of others and what they do with you are more possible to happen because you left your body. So when you get 20, 30, it is not useful anymore because you are not in this situation as a child. So you grow up, you go to school, you have relationships, and you get more highly sensitive every month, every year. And then you get a burnout on a young age, or you are not able to have relationships because you are too sensitive. You feel everything of your loved ones. So it's not useful anymore. So what we have to do is go back to the youth, back to your traumas, unblock this, and get your soul. We ask your soul, and I have a lot of techniques to do that. Maybe 20, 30 techniques I use to get your soul into your body again and to accept life on earth and to feel comfortable with your body and yourself again. So the other thing, being high sensitive, is that when you are so much out of your body, and we do that because as a child, when you're out of your body, you can feel your environment. You know what your mother thinks, your father, what if you were sexually abused, what your raper is going to do. So if you are out of your body, you have this like this spider, you have these tentacles to feel your whole environment, to scan everything. But when you grow older and you go, like for instance, you go shopping in a mall, you are totally empty. Why? Because your aura should be here, but the aura is like 20, 30 yards around you. And so you absorb everything of all the people in this aura of you. So if you are in a mall, like 100 people are in your wide aura, and you absorb it, and you get really tired or dizzy, and you have to leave. So what we have to do is get your aura field from really wide to this raincoat model, so that you are in your energy around your body and you don't absorb all the negative energies of others. So being into your own sphere. So what we can do about your highly sensitiveness is going to past lives, unblock your chakras, unblock your ground chakra, going to your youth, unblock traumas, and protect yourself with a lot of different techniques. Before you go to work, after you go to work, you shower, you do a little clearing, grounding, and your highly sensitiveness is going to work on Earth. And there's also another reason being highly sensitive. 1 out of 5 persons is born like this, with a sensitive body. We can taste, smell, hear more than a normal person. So there's also a task in being born as a highly sensitive person. And that is the 5th reason why you are highly sensitive. Because when you don't have traumas, and you don't have traumas from past lives, and you are able to ground, it is possible that you are just born with a more highly sensitive body than others. That you are paranormal gifted, that you can hear like this a bird on 100 meters distance and nobody else can hear it. That you are able to smell food and you know it's wrong, or just being into nature and I can touch a plant and I know where it is good for, if I can use it for my health or not. That is being a sensitive body, being having that. So in past times, 1 out of 5 was also highly sensitive, and then you, as a child, they picked you out of the clan or the group or the village, and you were supposed to be a medicine woman or the witch or the healer. You had this task, and we forget that in the modern world that we are born for a reason and a mission, and we're being highly sensitive can mean that you are here with the mission to use that body and that sensitiveness to help others. So that is your purpose and your mission. And that is really interesting to also look in regression or in meditation with me to see what your mission is and why you are born with this sensitive body. Okay, so the other subject I wanted to talk about was being highly sensitive in relationship with a loved one. So a love affair. If you have a relationship, and I'm a woman, if I would have a relationship with a man who uses drugs, and I know even cannabis, weed, has a lot of healthy benefits. But what I have experienced when I had a partner who used weed, and I would talk with him, I would feel dizzy and not grounded. I would feel strange. I would feel empty after sex. So even though all the healthy medicinal benefits of weed, my experience as a highly sensitive person in relationship is not good at all. So you get tired after sex, empty, you feel dizzy, you feel out of your body, you just feel what the drugs does with the other person. Um, Also, when you have a partner who doesn't deals with his emotions, so it gets accumulated into his body, and you have sex. So sex, what is sex? Sex is an exchange of energies and a melting with energies. So when you have sex, you you exchange energies with each other, and the woman is a receiver and the man is a giver. And when your man, or for the men who are watching, your woman is doing drugs or is depressed, has a lot of accumulated emotions, is not grounded, has a lot of stress from work, and he comes home, and you, even when you sit on the couch, you just feel like really tired, and you know it's not your energy. So what happens if one person is low in energy or negative, and you are good in energy, and you're highly sensitive, and you're not protected, and your partner sits next to you? It's like a sponge. You absorb all the negative energy your partner has, and you feel tired and not energized and not reloaded. So what you can do about that, if you love this person, you want to stay with the person, stopping with drugs so that his energy flows. Because drugs is a very low energy. And I totally understand people who are using drugs and why. But when you are highly sensitive and you have a partner doing that, you are absorbing that energy. Your partner can stop with drugs. Your partner can release his emotions. Your partner can, after work, I would advise every highly sensitive shower. And when you shower, you visualize this waterfall or golden light, white light, violet light that clears your body and your chakras, and like it is mud, it flows into the ground with the water. So you clear yourself. So your partner and you can meditate and clean yourself, heal yourself, but it is a daily exercise for a highly sensitive to clear themselves and to clear the partner. Um, I'm sorry. What is happening with a woman who have a relationship or sex with this person who is negative or has all these blockages and karma and emotions, stress, or doing drugs? The man is injecting the woman in an instant during sex with all these negative emotions. And I have heard a couple of times of clients when they had sex with somebody who used weed or ecstasy or was an alcoholist. Um, they stood up out of the bed and they fainted. They had a black. And what happened there? So this man injected you as a highly sensitive woman with all his negativeness. You absorb that through your root chakra in your womb, and it will attach to the womb of a woman. So you can have a lot of pains after that, or during your period you have a lot of blood. Um, this man has given you all his negativeness and you absorbed it like really happy, and a woman can, you can live with this like for 20 years if you don't clear yourself energetically from this. So if you feel always tired after sex with your man, or you feel like pains in your heart, or you can have pains everywhere, and you ask your partner, do you have a pain in your liver or your kidneys, or do you have migraines? And then you hear from your partner, yes, even on a distance. Check always when you're highly sensitive and you have these unexplainable pains if your partner has the pain. So there is the cause of the problems. So he has to work on his pains. He has to heal himself, get healthy, and you will be healthy too. And unfortunately, I have also used all these techniques to clear myself, to protect myself in relationship, but what really works is having a partner who has this healthy lifestyle, or wants to work on himself, heal himself, who has this urge and who is releasing also. What you can do in a relationship is, so these protection techniques. Also, when you go to bed, put yourself always in a white or golden sphere. Say to yourself that you are protected, you are in your own energy, you are grounded. And place this mirror in front of people who are thinking too much about you, who are, you have a strong connection with. But when you go to sleep, you don't need to. You want to sleep, you want to be in your own energy. So put a mirror, like a mirror, between you and the person. Visualize that the energy of that person just goes back to himself. And that is not being creating a distance or detach. No, it's just a visualization that you are in your own energy. So that is having a relationship with a partner who is in negativeness, and what that can do with you as a highly sensitive person. In my coaching, we go to the cause of your highly sensitiveness, and we go and see if it has to do with your partner or your past or your work or what kind of friends or your food, your exercises, your house. How are you grounded? How do you are incarnated in this body? So we are going to so many causes and see, like, your highly sensitiveness is not just one thing. It can be so much that we have to look at the whole picture in your life, and we will find out where the cause is and we will unblock that. So this is the subject for today, being highly sensitiveness. Okay, bye.